Hey guys, it's Eddie the Magic Monk. I haven't done a lesson in a while, and today I'm just going to do a small lesson to get us started again in Microsoft Excel. So previously we have made the spreadsheet, and if you want to download the spreadsheet, feel free to go to this address, magicmonktutorials.com/excel/VBA lesson 10.xlsm if you want to download the spreadsheet. After you've downloaded it, we can continue with this lesson. And all I want to talk about today is why were we declaring variables. So if you press Alt F11, you will see the code that we programmed previously to calculate the average mark of the 3 exams and to say how many times you have passed the exam. So to show you again, if I change this to 70, change this to 40, and change this to 65, and you click this button, calculate average, it tells you that you've passed these 2 exams because over 50 is a pass, 50 or over is a pass, and under 50 is a fail. And it counts how many passes you have, and it tells you you have passed 2 exams. So that's really good. But if you look at the code, what we have done is we have declared this pass count variable as an integer. Okay, so if I delete this line, okay, you will see that if I save this and if I run this code again, it still works. So if I go 30, 40, 30, calculate average, it tells me that I haven't passed any exams. So the code is still working. So why do we bother declaring a variable? Okay, firstly, I want to show you guys what happens if you don't declare the variable. What happens if I make a spelling mistake? So let's say pass count equals pass count plus 1. In this line, what I'm going to do is I'm going to deliberately misspell this word. So I'm going to make it PAS count. And if I save this, Control S, and I click this calculate average, sorry, let me just change this, 100, 160, so I should have passed all 3 exams. I click calculate average, and it tells me that I have received a high distinction. Everything's working, but it still says I have passed 0 exams, and it doesn't actually tell me that there is an error. So if I didn't know that I misspelled this word, which happens quite often, sometimes it can be very hard for you guys to find spelling mistakes because people usually overlook spelling mistakes. So it doesn't highlight an error. So therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a very important line in Microsoft Excel, which I suggest that you guys do, and that is a line called option explicit. And what you're going to do is you're going to add that at the top. Option explicit. So what does that actually do? What that does is it forces you to declare a variable. So now what's going to happen is that any variable that is not declared is going to turn out to be an error. So if I Control S, save this, and I close the thing and I click calculate average, it tells me when there is a variable that is not defined. So it now forces me to declare the variable. dim pass count as integer. Okay, so now I have to declare it. So now if I save that, Control S, and I run this code again, okay, what's going on? Firstly, let's just click reset and stop the turn off the program, click calculate average, and it tells me another variable is not defined. So now I have to define x. Dim x as integer. Save. Stop running the code. And let's click this calculate average again. Another variable not defined. So pass count, now it's told us that there is a spelling mistake. So let's now fix that. Save. Reset the program. Click calculate average again. And now it's done it. So this line here, option explicit, basically tells Microsoft Visual Basic for applications that in this program we're going to make it compulsory to declare variables, which is good practice. Because now if I misspell the variable somewhere in the program, it'll remind us and say, hang on, this variable is not declared. So now you know you've made a spelling mistake. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.